laboratory. It's actually a chemistry laboratory, and today we're going to do an experiment that's related to chemistry, or we can say the magic of chemistry. So, to introduce our team, we have here Maha. Okay, the first is a group. Okay, it's a group of teamwork, and the second one, Majita, and also Hajar. So we are four right now. We are four students that will use all of these equipment to do the magic of chemistry, or actually we can say the chemistry reactions. Okay, the chemical reactions. So first of all, right now we'll start by Hajar in the first experiment. So right now, Hajar will take a first big beaker, and also we have here the baking powder. Okay, so right now, first of all, don't do that on the home because it's danger, or under the instruction of teachers or your professor. So first of all, right now what we have is the baking powder. Right now we have here baking powder, and then we have here the vegetable oil. We have also here vinegar. We have here also coloring food, but instead of using coloring food, because if you don't have, you can use instead full master or marker, and also a watercolors. Okay, so right now here we have, first of all, the baking powder. Here we're going to put 3 spoons from the baking powder. Okay, so that was about what? About the baking powder. What's next, Hajar, that we are going to do? We will put vegetable oils, okay? Right now you can see that this one is soft, it's much soft, and the second one is like much denser. Why? Because vegetable oil is differentiate from each other. But right now we are going to use both vegetable oils, okay? But right now we'll use the first one. We are adding it to the baking powder. Okay, after adding the baking powder, we will use the small paper. Okay, we will use the small paper to put what? To put the vinegar on it, and then the food coloring. So now this is water, right? This is vinegar. The vinegar. So we'll put until 150 milliliters. I mean milliliters. Yeah, and then by using the food coloring, we have here green and yellow food coloring. So we're going to use yellow, okay, yellow food coloring. So we'll use just 4 drops or 5 drops as you want to change the color. Because chemical reactions right now, we can say that is a process that mixing substances, or we can say the reactants to give us products at the end, which is different substances. So right now you will see what it's going to do. Okay. You want to put it again or? No. Okay. So you can mix it right now. Mix it. Alright, so right now we have the first beaker that's having what? Baking powder with oil, and the second beaker that's have vegetable, vinegar and coloring food. So right now we are going to mix the coloring food to the first beaker, see what will happen. Yes, done. See how it's reacted together? This is our first product. Alright. So this is first our experiment for Hajar. Thanks, Hajar. Right now, the second one, which is Majita, she will give us another experiment that's same as this one process, that's changing of colors, but it will be by another process. Alright? So, at first, right now, here what we have is water, and here it's vinegar, okay? And right now here what we have, vegetable oil, as we said, that is what? It's denser than the first one, okay? Right now here what do we have? Pick and butter. So, your process is consisting of what and what? First of all, I think it's consisting of water, okay, baking water in the first packet. So, could you please put the first packet? This one to be in the dustpan. Alright. Yes. You can put 3 or 4 as you want, but just like to be what affected like this one. See how it is right now? Right now there's a separation between the vinegar and the oil as Hajar did. Okay? And the one that's making bubbles, this is the baking powder. It's mixing with all of this substance together, so at the end it becomes a new product, which is called baking powder, and then we're going to use water. Okay, so until which milliliter you want to 100? 800, okay. Beautiful. Take another one. Yes, this is also the water. And also there is another water, this is the big baking water. Okay, no problem. So the second one, what we are going to do after putting in the first paper. Right now we are going to use the second paper. No, this one is used. We will use the second paper. Okay, we'll put oil on it until 150. Of course, don't do that alone. You should be under someone adult, someone that knows everything and what its danger. So right now, after putting the oil as 150 milliliter, we're going to add what? A food coloring. So Majid are going to use the green food coloring. Yes. If you see that the drops are directly going down, it's not mixing together because we use what? We use, instead of vinegar, we use oil. So that's why coloring food is kind of water. And we know that water cannot be mixed together. So this is what? This is the coloring food down, and this is the oil. So by using oil and the coloring food, and then adding to this mixture, you will see what will happen. Will you mix it?
I don't need to mix it.
I think you should mix it first because to make it right. But it will not be that much mixed, but it will give the color to the oil.
Whoa.
Yes.
Look at that.
Could you see the particles? That's the food coloring particles are still there. It's not dissolved in the oil because it's liquid. Okay. So right now, could you put it here and see what will happen? Yes. Right now, see the separation of water and the oil with the food coloring. And up what we have is the baking powder. And if you can see that here just the food coloring are going down, are absorbing down because the particles right now are dissolving on just in the water, not in the oil. Okay, so this is called what? Separation of colors, or also we can say separation of particles. So that was for Hajar and that was for Majita. Alright, thanks Majita. Now for the third one, Maha. Right now we have another paper. What we're going to use first? We have here oil, vegetable oil. We can add more oil also. Yes, could you bring oil here, please? Wait a minute. The oil, yes. Add here oil. Yes, did you baking powder is still down and it's still dissolved on what? On the vinegar. Do you see the bubbles? So that was what Hajar proved out. Right? Yes, do you see? Do you see down? This is the baking powder. And the coloring is down, the yellow food coloring is down. Okay, that's called what? Chemical reactions. And do you see magenta's? Right now, the food coloring becomes dissolved directly with water. And oil is still up on the surface of the paper. Okay? Right now we have the oil, vegetable. So, first of all, what we're going to use, we have here vinegar, right? Do you want water? We have water here. Yes, we have a big pack of water. This is this one. It's okay. Anyway, so right now what we're going to put first is vinegar. Where's vinegar right now here? With this one? Put all of this. Until reaching 800. Alright, so it's okay if it becomes 400. We're going to make it like a small one, but it's okay. So right now, after putting the vinegar, after putting it, what do we have here? We have oil, we have bacon, right? So what after it directly? We put oil. After oil, we put the food coloring. After food coloring, we put baking powder. So that we will have a chemical reaction. That at the end it will be a substances that's called products. So could you add oil to the baker? Yes. Right now, this is what this is vinegar with oil right now. Then, which color do you want to choose? There's yellow and there's green.
What's the green?
Okay, this is the green. You can make 5 drops or 6 drops as you want. Okay, you can increase it, add more because like here we have more of vegetable and vinegar. Yes. Yes. Right now, after adding the food coloring, we will put the baking powder. You can put 5 spoons. See how just right now it becomes directly reacting without mixing it. Right now it's a separated mixture. It's without stirring it. So when it will be stirred, it will be directly together and it will be bound up. But right now, if you can mix it together, yes, mix it as well. Do you see the oil is still upside and vinegar is still down? Okay, so it's a separation of mixtures, and also the same as here, it becomes a separation of mixtures, but in different ways and in different process. Alright? So could you see how baking powder become dissolved with water and become dissolved with the vinegar? Could you see how it's bubbles? Alright? So this for Mama. Thanks, Mama. Right now, we can say that it was the chemical reactions, or we can say it was the separating of mixtures. But what about separating mixtures by using matches? Right? So right now here, separating matches, that means using the fire. Okay? I want you to see. But first of all, could you see this one? Could you see how is it still reacting? Right? So wow, that was the amazing product between the whole students. Thanks for Majita, and thanks for Hajar. Do you remember all of these products? Its process, how it's going to be? Don't do it in the home. Alright? So that was everything for chemical reactions that's using substances to bring another substances which is called products. Right now, leave everything that's relating to water, vinegar, food coloring and others. Right now what do we have here is an aluminum foil, alright? And here we have matches, okay? Also here we have a piece of paper. By using piece of paper and aluminum foil, we are going to see the end smoke, how it is going to be used. So I will use right now 2 papers. Okay, 2 papers. I want a dry one. Yes. So right now I have 2 dry papers. First of all, I have a pen here and I have the aluminum foil, right? And then I have the matches. Maybe I will take all of it. It's okay. Don't worry, I will not fire it away, alright? Could you see? This is the aluminum foil, piece of aluminum foil, okay, a square shape. And then we have here the matches. Then put it together here. We are going to put it here, all of it, in one side just, because we need to fire it. Wait a minute, I want you to see it. Okay. So right now, we have the all matches here. And then we'll use the pen. Could you make the phone down? See? Yes, to let them see how it's going to be. Alright, that's good. Okay. So right now here what we're going to do is just stirring or like rotating the aluminum foil with the matches together. Alright. Alright. Right now take the pen outside and make the matches still inside, okay? Right now I want you to stuck it with something looking like this one, but you can take like another metals or materials to stuck it in a paper, okay? Just we have this one. Right? Then I say that don't use it in the home because to be dangerous, especially if you have kids. Last time one kid do it, he fired the home, and at the end he becomes stuck because of his mother. Alright, so I want to hold it by using these things. Okay, and then I'll fire it. Could you close this one? Or can we? Alright, it's okay. I'll try to make it another way. Alright. See how it's going to be? See the iron smoke? It's coming from outside and down. Also, we can use one, yes, here, and put it inside them. Could you see the iron smoke? It's called the M smoke. Don't use it in the home. Don't try it. This is called what? The M smoke. Of course it's danger, but it's not that danger from syringe. Okay? It's not that danger from smoking. But it could be used. Also we can use by another way by using piece of paper because aluminum foil, we know that aluminum foil it can be what? It can be fired easily, right? Because if we have used aluminum foil, and could you see? There's no fire, right? There's no fire even if I fire the aluminum foil, there's nothing. There's nothing. Right? So we have what right now here? We have the paper, piece of paper. We'll take some matches too. It's kind of also how M-Smoke is going to be produced, but it's like kind safe, but also don't use it because we need water directly after using this process to not fire anything. Right? The same thing, the same process, you could use pen to rotate it, but I'm rotating it by my hands directly. Right? So the same thing, stuck it, right? And put it in a beaker and then see what will happen. Okay. See right now, for paper it's more dangerous because we know that papers are easily fired, but for aluminum foil it's not. So that's why aluminum foil is more safer than the paper. Alright? So right now we need water directly with us to make the fire up. See? See how the M-Smoke is coming out? It's coming from back. Right? This is called the M-Smoke. Could you see? There's a smoke that's coming out of the cup. There's a smoke that's coming out of the cup. This is called what? The M-Smoke, right? So it's still, there's a smoking that's coming from down, not from the upside. Alright? There's smoking that's coming from down, not from outside. And also from outside, both of it. Could you see the M-Smoke? Right now, if we make it right, this is the M-Smoke. This is called what? M-Smoke, okay? Right now, okay, so that was the use of what? The use of smoking, M-Smoke, but of course it's dangerous than what? It's dangerous than smoking itself, because we know that smoking is damaging the lungs of the person. But for this one, it's M-Smoke. It's used for also what? Making the fire, like increase it again. Like for example, right now here, what do we have? We have these two matches, right? If we have two these matches and bring this one, see, after Frenching, there will be a smoke that's coming out to be smoked again. But because it's already used, so it will be used only one time. But actually for the M-Smoke, it's uses is that whenever it's closed, there's of course an M-Smoke. If you fire that M-Smoke, it will be retained again as a fire. That means it will not be limited. Right? So that was for what? For the M-Smoke. Right now here what we have is a sand. Okay? We have here sand, and also we have another picker here, and we will put water on it. I will show you the process of decantation. As we have here, it was chemical reactions including separation of mixtures. Separation of mixtures, as we have here, the mixture of Hajar, the first one, the mixture, did you see? Okay. The mixture here of what? Of Magenta, the separating of oil and water, and then the separating of vinegar and water with a baking powder that is still reacting together for Maha. Alright? So right now here what do we have is sand, okay, but it's not a cultured sand. This is sand, and we have here a beaker. Then we'll put a water on the beaker to show you the process of decantation. Alright? Okay, so I have a water here that is 250, not 250 exactly, but it's less than, like meaning 240. 240 of what? Of water, including sand, to mix it, to make it as a mixture. Right? Then mix it together. We know that sand will not be dissolved in water because it's soluble particles. Okay, so the sand will be the same but down. It will be on the surface of the beaker. It will not be dissolved. So even the water, it's hot. This water was warm, like kind of hot, but when I put the sand, it doesn't dissolve. What are the particles that can dissolve in water? To be sugar, because most of us are using sugar in hot drinks, right? So it will be dissolved easily, and even salt, it can be dissolved easily, but for sand it cannot, because it is insoluble solids. Alright, so right now what I have is a mixture of water and sand. Could you see that sand right now, it becomes down, even after stirring it, after mixturing it? What we have, sand is on the surface, but we have impure water. So the process of decantation is that to lay the sand down on the beaker and take out the water from the sand, like separating sand from water. But it will not be a pure water, it will be impure water. Alright? That means I have here another beaker and then make a decantation. Right now, if you can see that still the sand is down. This is a process of decantation. Okay, so if you can see right now, this is what? This is sand. This is sand that doesn't dissolve with water. And this is the impure water. Of course, you can filtrate it also, but by using filtration. Of course, right now, we don't have the full process of filtration, but this is the papers, the filtered papers that you are going to use to filter what? This water. To make it what? To make it as a normal water. Like for example, after using this filtration, you will get the water as same like this. You will not find any particles that's related to sand on it. Alright, so that was what? That was the process here of decantation, and after using the filtrate paper, okay, by using other symbols of course, it will be a process of filtration. Okay, so that was everything for today. I hope that you enjoyed our video and our experiment video. And don't use and don't try those things in your home. Of course, it's dangerous, but you can use it as for fun under the instruction of your teachers or professor or even your parents. Okay, so really I want to give a thankful for my team, my group team. Okay, thanks for everything and thanks for their products. I hope that you enjoyed everything. Have a nice time and goodbye.